This concept, this concept culminated in Ragnarok, the coming destruction of the world whose inevitability was felt throughout Norse mythology. So precisely was it preordained that the details of what
Jayhem,
would
are we
happen were
live?
already known,
I was
and the gods prepared for it daily. But even though Ragnarok meant universal disorder, annihilation would not be total. The word Ragnarok is a compound. The first element, Ragna, means organizing powers and was commonly used to refer to the gods. The second, Rock, means fate or destiny. Thus, the term as a whole meant the fate or destiny of the gods. The second element became confused, however, quite early in the study of Germanic mythology, with Rocker, meaning twilight, giving rise to the title of the conclusive opera in Wagner's Ring cycle, Götterdämmerung, Twilight of the Gods.
Jayhem, is there going
Although
to be
it was to bring about
test
their
on-
destruction, the gods could not halt the onset of Ragnarok. It had come to pass as prophesied, and all they could do was show stoic bravery in the face of certain destruction.
Welcome
To the Norse
to the
people,
stream.
fate was a fact of life, something that could not in any way be avoided or changed and had to be met without fear.
Jayhem.
Even death, the ultimate end, was already decreed and needed
Jayhem.
to be encountered with brave acceptance. To laugh
Claire, a
in the
little
face
help.
of death was one of the greatest achievements that a Norse warrior could perform, and such
Okay.
a warrior was long remembered by his peers. Ragnarok was described in the Eddas in imagery that, like the creation myths, appears to have been influenced by the natural phenomena of Iceland. The world was to be destroyed by fire and water, with steam and flames rising to the skies, a vision which could well have been inspired by the experience of volcanic eruptions.
Do you like Norse mythology?
Descriptions of major eruptions bear a marked resemblance to the sequence of events during Ragnarok. Mountains are shaken by earthquakes. The sun disappears due to the clouds of smoke and ash. Flames, smoke, and steam fill the sky.
I don't think he's going to
Melting
stop.
ice can cause floods of water to run alongside rivers of burning lava. The long Icelandic winter must also have helped shape the vision of Ragnarok's summerless years.
Are you,
The vision of the apocalypse.
I'm back now.
Snorri
Jayhem.
describes the events of
I think
Ragnarok
what I'm
in
gonna
great
do
detail.
is remove this
First,
piece of his
he
attire
claims fierce battles will rage throughout the world for 3
Place on
years.
head.
and place on
Motivated
head,
by
please.
greed,
Oh,
brothers
God.
will
Oh,
kill
my
each
God.
other. No mercy will be shown, and the ties of kinship will not even prevent fathers from killing their sons.
is this going to be on the test?
I
A
believe so.
terrible winter will prevail, called Fimbulwinter.
I know
Snow
Ragnarok.
will drift from all directions, and great frosts will cover the land. Biting winds will be constant, and the sun will fail to shine. 3 such winters will follow, with no summer in between. The wolf chasing the sun will finally swallow it, to everyone's horror.
I'm entertained.
A
I
second
don't-
wolf will catch the moon, and that will be equally
you play games?
disastrous.
Well, I'm just thinking like
There will
Revelations.
be a huge earthquake.
Ain't got nothing
Trees
on
will
Ragnarok.
be uprooted,
Revelations is the better
mountains will
half
crash
of
to the
that
ground,
book.
and all
Yeah.
fetters will
Authored by
break. At the
a
same
man
time, both the
and
wolf,
his friends.
Fenrir, and Loki will be loosed from their bonds.
Right.
Both the wolf, Fenrir, and Loki will be loosed from their bonds. The Midgard serpent will fly into a giant rage and make its way to shore, causing the ocean to surge
What do we
over
do?
the land.
So how are you guys doing out there,
The
chat?
ship
This is day 3, the
Naglfar, made
final
from
day.
dead men's tail
of the
clippings,
Devolver
will
digital
float
live stream
loose
in
from its
E3.
moorings.
Yeah.
I'm joined by
It was
man
important
and
that
this
no one in
biblical
the
figure
Viking
next to
world
us.
should die with
is
untrimmed nails.
JM.
For those who did contributed greatly to the construction
couldn't tell,
of this ship,
JM has
and
a
both
thing
gods and men
for
hope
mythology,
to defer its completion for as long
legends,
as possible.
tall
Laden
tales.
with giants,
really has a thing for
Naglfar will be
Hercules, I
carried
heard.
along in
See,
the
I don't know,
flood of
like-
the surging ocean, with Loki at the helm and a
Did you ever
giant
watch
called
Young
Hrym
Hercules?
as its captain.
That was a young Ryan Gosling.
Fenrir will advance
And
with
he
his
was
mouth gaping
scrawny
so
as
wide
hell.
that his
I've
upper
never been a
jaw
big
will rest
Gosling
against the
fan.
sky,
Me
and
neither,
his lower
until I saw him
jaw
play
against
piano.
the earth.
Okay.
Which I
Would
don't know
gape
if it's
even
real or not,
wider
because
if there
technology
were
is
more
fantastic.
room.
But Ryan
Flames
Gosling
will
started
flare
as a
out from
stick
his
as young
eyes and
Hercules,
nostrils.
and I don't.
To one side of him
I'm
will be
still
the
stunned by
Midgard
that.
serpent,
I know,
which will spit
Marislin-
so much poison that it will bespatter the sky and the sea. In all this turmoil, the sky
Sir!
will open, and from it will ride the sons of Muspel. Surt, who had been stationed throughout time at the frontier of Muspel, will ride at the head of the group, brandishing his flaming sword, which will shine brighter than the sun. Everything around him will be burned. As Muspel's sons ride over Bifrost into Asgard, the bridge will break under their weight. They will advance to
Armando,
Vigrid, a plain stretching
hearing
100
this?
leagues in each
Are you
direction,
hearing
where the last battle will take
Yeah,
place. Fenrir will
help.
also arrive there, as will the Midgard serpent, and Loki, accompanied by Hrym and the Frost Giants.
I think he's going to
When
read
all
the entire
this
section.
happens, Heimdall will
I think he's got,
stand up and
like,
blow
20
mightily
pages
on
of this.
Gjalhorn to awaken
Armando,
all the gods.
please
They will hold
sing it.
council together. Odin
Maybe
will
send
ride to
strong
Mimir's
Terry to
well
carry
and
him away in
consult
the
Mimir
sunset.
on his own
Oh, yeah.
and his people's behalf.
How did that go, by the way?
ash
Oh my
Yggdrasil
God.
will shake, and
Overhauler
nothing
was
in heaven
apparently
or on
Oh.
earth
cheating
will
on
be
me.
without
oh,
fear.
wow,
So
yeah.
I had
The
to do
Iser
away
will
with
put
him.
on their armor
Ice
and take up their
everywhere.
weapons.
I heard, and so
and
I came to
will all
understand
the
Alcoholer is like
Einherjar,
the
and they
evil
will
Yeah.
advance
truck,
into the
and then
night.
Strong Terry is like the
Oh,
Odin
yeah,
the good
will
he's a
truck.
hero
ride
that
in
we all
front
need,
wearing
and
a golden
it's like
helmet and a
listening
beautiful
to
mail coat.
I don't know, like rap
carrying
music
his
or like really
spear,
strongly
Gungnir.
lyric music while I'm
He
trying
will
to work.
choose as his
My
My
it
brain
does.
does
Wolf
this.
Fenrir.
Thor
Thor will
Reminds me of
advance
being
at
at, like,
side,
a
but will
party
be
right now.
unable to
Yeah.
help him, for
You
he
really
will
have to
have his
concentrate
hands full
on what's
fighting
being
the
said.
Midgard serpent.
And it doesn't work.
Freyr
for me.
will battle
Sometimes,
the
you know what
Surt
I do at
for a
parties
great
sometimes, like,
length of
would you say,
time,
like,
but will
every, like,
eventually succumb
I don't know,
because he
9 or
lacks
10
the good
sentences to be
sword he
like, I
gave
am
to
listening,
Skirnir.
and I heard you
The
before,
snarling
I
hound
swear, the 9 other
Garm, an
sentences I
evil
definitely
creature,
heard. This
will
time,
also
though,
become
clarify.
free. He
Wait a
will
minute, I
battle
feel like
Tyr, and they will
I
struggle
should
to
keep
the
track
bitter
of what's
end.
being said.
Meanwhile, Thor will vanquish the Midgard
Because
serpent,
Ragnarok is
but will
supposed to
retreat
happen.
only 9
When?
paces before he is
if you
mortally
would've been
wounded
listening,
by its
I will.
deadly venom.
I'm just carried
Fenrir
away
will
by his very
swallow
arousing
Odin,
voice.
killing him.
Yeah.
But immediately, Odin's son
I wanna ask the
Vidar will
viewers
avenge
at
his
home,
father, wearing a shoe that
Would
has
you
long
like
been
us to
prepared
shut
for
up,
this moment.
and then you can
Throughout
listen
time,
on-
material for this shoe
Yes,
has been
because Squish
collected
said, "How do
from
I
the
time out
waste
Clara and
pieces
Man
that
so I can hear
people
this
cut off
narration?"
their shoes before
We're
repairing
done.
them.
We're
And
banned.
anyone keen to assist the Iser
banned.
in their time of need must make sure that they throw these pieces away rather than keeping them for later use. In
You
the
know what?
final battle,
I'm hungry.
Vidar will put
I'm
one
gonna get
foot
it back
over
in
the
here.
wolf's lower
Okay.
jaw. Will you
Okay.
grab me a sandwich?
I don't think so. Ragnarok is coming. and
These
it's going
pieces
to
weigh
hurt
rather than
my
keep them for later use. In the final battle, Vidar will put one foot over the wolf's lower jaw, and grasping his upper jaw, he will tear Fenrir apart, killing him. Loki will
Wow.
battle with Heimdall, and they will both fall. After that, Surt will fling fire over the whole earth so that it burns. Flames, smoke, and steam will shoot up to the firmament. The sky will turn black, and the stars will disappear. The earth
What?
will sink into the engulfing sea that will rise up.
Will Loki have possession
Sea
of the
that
Tesseract?
will rise up.
Yes, of course.
Sea
Seas.
that
Yes.
will rise up. When
I'm
at
in.
last the fires have died down and the seas have subsided, the earth, now grown fair and fertile, will rise again from the sea. Crops will sprout unsown and harvests will be abundant. Odin's son Vidar and Vali will still be alive, and so will Thor's sons, Modi and
Yes!
Magni.
No, I'm.
Who will have possession of the hammer Mjolnir? I'm sorry. Crops will sprout unsown and harvests will be abundant. Odin's sons Vidar and Vali will still be alive, and so will Thor's sons Modi and Magni, who will have possession of the hammer Mjolnir.
Oh,
Balder and Hod will arrive from Hel, and they will all sit on the grass in the place where Asgard had once been to discuss what happened in the former times. These gods will rule the world anew and will tell one another tales of the old gods and of Fenrir and the Midgard serpent. The sun
a little bit more.
will also have begotten a daughter, no less fair than herself. Just before she was swallowed by the wolf, and the daughter will follow the path of her mother, wending her life-giving way across the sky. The human world will be repopulated by 2 people called Lif and Liftrasir, who have remained hidden in the ash tree Yggdrasil throughout Ragnarok. Thus, the end will contain the germ of a new beginning, and the cycle will start again.
that is. I never.
I wasn't.
I
I
never
was
knew
gonna
that.
add some ASMR to it.
You know, it honestly started out like, I was clowning on it, But I had never actually, I didn't know the details of how Ragnarok was going to play out. And it's interesting that it was like a happy ending.
3, 2, 1. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Devolver Digital 10th Anniversary Stream. I'm your host, Jayhem, rhymes with Bayhem, Executive Director of Counterintelligence Operations at Devolver Digital Entertainment, a subsidiary of Fort Parker's Legal Happy Fun Time, King 9.5 Force Holding #crimes. Thank you very much, kindly. And I'm joined today by Mr. Man vs. Game. And seriously, Claire, how y'all doing today?
Doing great.
It's a pleasure to be here, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you
Thanks
so very much.
for the introduction.
Yeah, you're very welcome. Very welcome. You know what's great is long when I've been doing the show, everybody do the show with me Southern.
Oh, yeah.
You ever notice that?
Well, I'm a good old boy from Montana, so I can switch into
man,
southern accent like it ain't nothing.
I come from the original land of steers, Canada.
Canada? I don't know about that. I ain't
It's
seen
the
no
south
steers up in
of
Canada.
the north.
I see. Well, of course, I did forget my shit kickers
JM,
today.
get your shit together.
Them Fritos.
Fritos.
Really, I didn't order Fritos.
They're pronounced Fritos.
Don't
in
okay.
Don't say potatoes. We got potatoes.
That's true. Oh, yes, of course.
I got them the
These
loser
nondescript
chips.
salted tortilla curls.
I got Lay's
God,
barbecue.
fucking shit.
It's cool. It's cool. Everything's cool.
They're gonna sue.
Everything's good. This is fine. What is it? Day 17, E3.
Mm-hmm.
It's 2019. We're just getting warmed up. Today it's interesting. It's a little overcast.
I'm digging it. This is a
Here's Tom
Vancouver
with the weather.
fall day.
I know. Just
Ugh.
like now I've reached the absolute
I've-
bottom. We're getting like the weather update.
I'm home.
Did you? That's amazing. I want to keep going back to Ragnarok.
I don't.
Okay. Just
You guys want to play a video game?
Well, did you?
No. I'm just going to be contrarian for the rest of this segment.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck you,
yo,
JM.
You are a terrible improviser. Let me just tell you, because that's rule number one of improvisation. You say yes, you go with it.
Oh, you say yes and.
Yes, and okay,
Yes,
gotta say
that's
yes
See,
and.
and this is why
Yes
JM
can be
Yeah.
just as no.
I see.
Because if they just go yes, then you go.
And then you just don't lead it anywhere. Yeah, this
All
is
right,
true.
I'll
I'm just
just
more
keep
about the
going then.
Schadenfreude. I just like screwing people over.
It can be fun. See, I'm wondering now. Did you play God of War?
Did I what?
Play God of War? The game?
No.
No.
God, no. Oh my God, no.
God, no.
No.
I get it. I get it.
No, that wasn't a joke.
Oh, okay. It was interesting.
Yeah.
Because that's what I was thinking of the whole
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
We're talking about Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, I don't care, like, at all.
No, I
about
mean,
them
it's-
AAA games.
It's, I don't. It's neat. Cool. I hear they had good writing.
I just want to say, Juke W, good morning. Squishy PP. Oh, hello.
Squishy
good morning.
pee-pee. Also,
Morning,
hi, Juke.
Chow.
Squishy pee-pee.
Morning,
That's,
Chow.
Sup,
Paul,
Squish?
Paul Paulson is what it's short for.
I need a bigger TV for chat. I need this to be chat, and I need that to be
Yeah, we'll just game on the
that to be
monitor up there.
gaming
That's
monitor.
kind of why I
Yeah.
wanted to sit on this side, because I can't see Jack.
I can't
from
see
over
yeah,
there.
It was over there before. I didn't
Well-
fix it. Listen. I want to apologize about everything that has happened.
No need, sir.
All right.
I like it. I like keeping it
You're good?
wild.
I am doing amazing, JM.
Excellent. I heard that there was a scuffle yesterday. I wasn't here to see it. We were seeing Cyberpunk 2077.
Yes.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I wasn't
had
here
to
to see it, but
We had to evacuate the lot.
what happened
And
yesterday?
everything. Well, Strong Pedro has a little bit of a rivalry going on with Overhauler. I'm not sure if you guys were aware of
Wait,
that.
it's Strong Tory, I believe.
Terry.
Oh, Terry. Okay.
Wow.
You said Strong Pedro. You were way off.
Oh,
Strong
did-
Pedro. I was like, I had heard that you'd been dating both of them, but you got both their names wrong. Savage. Savage.
They're-
Gone and
Can't
forgotten.
even remember the
Because
name.
we have the footage.
Don't tell
we
Joe
have the
Terry.
footage. We have the footage. Armando's already got it pulled up. He does it. He
Yeah,
does
he
it at
does
all.
it.
No.
I was
He's
gonna
working
say,
on it now.
Oh my God! Because there was blood, there was ice, there was brisk everywhere on the AstroTurf,
There were,
and there were some final words.
What were those
beers.
final words?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Thunk.
Cuts
They
to the-
were caught on camera. Those
cuts
final
into the
words.
quick.
In a way, I feel like I'm weighing the stream down because it's like every time I leave, Like, that's when the madness happens.
What madness?
That's when things get, like, wild.
Yeah, when a big giant piece of meat is playing a game on this couch.
Or 3, or 4.
Tentacle nightmare
A tentacle
creature.
nightmare.
I don't know. But I will say this, speaking of tentacle nightmare creatures, Jam, I demand to play Carrion today. Is that cool?
I too demand to play Carrion today.
Carrion?
Nay, I demand to play it twice today.
You demand.
I demand.
You both demand.
Sir, please.
I may have lost myself.
You
I may have
forgot yourself,
misspoken.
I spoke outside my
Nonsense!
post.
I will play Carrion, and that will be that.
I'm Canadian. I don't have that audacity. I'm sorry for troubling you, sir.
Slipped into an alternate dimension. Give us the
meat.
modern shot. Yeah. I wish I could have been around for that.
Yeah, I'm
It looked
really sorry
amazing.
that you missed that.
It was again looked to be like the highlight of the stream yesterday. It was glorious. Although I really enjoyed my segment with the Doinksters.
Oh, yeah. Good, yeah.
Doinksoft.
Doinksoft,
Got
creators
doinked.
of Gato Roboto.
Yeah, and I just loved how that all went down. It's like I was playing Devolver Bootleg, and then told the audience like coming up next we're gonna be playing some Carrion, doing exactly what Jayhem does not want. I think that's what you punished me, didn't you?
I really like that you think that I have some fucking clue what's going on.
I know exactly.
I have no fucking idea what's
Just
going
like-
on at this fucking show.
Which is exactly how we like it here, just fresh.
I'm learning. I'm a fresh baby when it comes to
Oh,
these
shit,
drinks
there
here.
it is.
Oh,
There
oh
it
my
is.
God.
Wow!
Yes! I knew he'd do it. I knew he'd do it. I have such faith in you, Armando.
Oh, God. Where's the commentary?
There it is.
There's Clara jumping in.
Yeah, Clara jumped in to stop them. So that's Strong Terry on the right, and that's the alcoholer on the left, and then they were about to hit each other again. They'd been hitting each other. They'd been hurting each other. Like they
Yeah.
were both on the verge of death. And there,
Oh!
she made her choice.
Wow.
She made her choice.
Wow.
Strong Terry
But
all
the
the
thing
way.
was, Strong Terry was such a good dude that
Yeah.
even killing a sack of shit like the alcoholic, it broke him. He flipped out. He lost control
His
of
ice
himself.
guts spilled everywhere.
Oh, there was
Everywhere.
ice all over. They didn't
Oh.
even clean it. They just let it soak into
It
the
was
grass.
an ice bath.
Is this cool to stream? I mean, are we going
I
to get
mean,
shut
well,
down?
and this is, I think, what makes it.
This is raw. This is
Look
some
at
raw
this.
footage.
This is just. Ow!
Oh, God.
Oh God!
You hate to see
I
it.
still can't talk
Oh,
about it.
you can see when he's look. You can. There's a moment when you see it when he realizes when it hits him, and then he just has to go.
And he's off.
He's off,
I'm
and
yelling at
neither
Strong
of them
Terry.
have been
He's
seen
already
again.
dead.
Strong Terry's not dead.
No, I was yelling, leave him alone.
Oh, that. Well,
He's
okay.
already dead.
This guy who's a terrible dancer.
And now it's
I still
everybody
can't talk
knows
about
his
it.
secret
And you
is out.
forgot both their names.
You continually forget their names.
I did
No.
call one Overhauler and the other one Strong Pedro.
It's the alcoholer.
I know. And
This is breaking my heart.
I'm.
Even in death.
Oh, the tears aren't coming for some reason.
Can't even. Must have been love, but it's over now.
I
Better
didn't know
story
you
than
had
Twilight.
such a beautiful.
I wouldn't
beautiful
know.
voice.
I never watched Twilight, so I couldn't say whether
It's
or
funny
not that was
because we
better.
Did you read
mentioned
it?
so many
I
things
did
in
not.
here.
Has been saved this
Disney
day.
movies.
Thank you. Seriously, Clara. Seriously, thank you. Strong Terry, wherever you are.
Oh no.
Unexpected.
Look forward to seeing you again.
Heartbreaking.
Yeah, so you weren't here, huh?
Yeah, I wasn't here.
Well, this is the epilogue.
There you go.
Any
See?
There it
words
is.
for our audience at home? Alcoholer. Any lesson learned from this tragedy?
That's what.
All you have to say? Pairing now? Okay.
His dying word was pairing. He was trying to pair with Clara's Bluetooth,
I see.
and she had
For one
forgotten
final
him.
time.
She had forgotten him.
I thought you were talking about something else
Forget.
completely.
Yeah.
Like,
One last
to
time.
pair. I thought he was trying to make more alcoholers, but no.
Well, it's an AI, so that's how they
Oh,
reproduce.
Yes.
true.
Yeah,
See, I should have been
you
on
get
that.
two algorithms that are both kind of
on the
effective.
same
And
wavelength.
Yeah, that
Okay.
that are compatible, that harmonize.
Right.
And then those algorithms join together.
Stop, it's
and
too
they join together
painful.
With other
And they
algorithms.
kind of shoot out.
We
yeah,
just
and
paired last week.
this is. I'm learning so much about how Bluetooth works. I never could get my phone to
Here,
pair with my
please.
headphones.
Oh God, the alcoholer! I think the alcoholer's going for a chair.
Oh!
Claire, stopping in between them, trying to stop them from fighting each other. She's pleading. I can't hear what she's saying. Oh my
How
God,
did
it's
this
a love
even-
triangle. She's been dating both the alcoholer and Strong Terry. They're fighting for her. Oh my God! Oh my God! Betrayed by the woman he loved. The alcoholer's on his side, wheels spinning. Strong Terry, maybe not the victory
struggle.
Strong Terry would have wanted,
The death
but
throes.
this nightmare.
She had to go
This
get
nightmare,
one last
this
drink.
It's so clear you
My
use
God.
these trucks.
Thank you for the flavor, Strong Terry.
I just want to say that this 100% refutes your claim that she's a terrible improviser.
This is
Sure,
true. This is true.
that was exquisite.
What beverage did you choose for
Brisk,
the final?
baby.
Oh, okay. The tea. Okay.
Because it was freaking 90 degrees or something.
I would have gone for the champagne of beers, personally.
You know what? Funny you said that because last night my
bottle of
boss
water.
forced me to have that piss beer with him
I see. Oh,
as a bonding experience.
and I gotta stop mentioning corporate taglines.
Yeah, I
and,
mean,
the
try. Like, we
specifics.
all call
Yeah.
them Band-Aids.
I would have grabbed a nondescript alcoholic beverage.
That's it. That is
Such
actually
as-
a more accurate description than the champagne of beers. It's the champagne of beers. It's a nondescript alcoholic beverage. The fuck do you care?
Why?
What kind of life do you like to live?
You ain't got
The
time
high
to
life?
taste. You're a man.
I don't understand. Yeah, like if
I don't understand. like, you guys lost me.
You ain't got time to taste your food. You eat nothing but overcooked beef and potatoes.
you want some nondescript beer to wash it on down with.
That's the first time I ever had. I ever got drunk was in Texas.
Oh,
With some of the
Where?
worst beer
Where?
of all North Richland Hills.
Is that near Dallas?
I don't know anymore
All right.
because I lived
Yeah.
in many counties
That makes
and
sense.
I disliked most of them.
Well, it's mandatory to be drunk in Texas.
You
I
have
believe
to,
once
or
you cross
you-
the state line, they've got a little cooler
I
there
think
on the side of the
I
road.
think that's the whole country, friend.
Yeah. Just
I
maybe.
think that's our culture. I don't know if you noticed, but man, you ever wake up in your 30s and you're like, hold on, hangovers didn't used to fuck me up like this. I used to be able to fucking bounce back like a rubber ball and start the next day, pop some Excedrin and get on with my
Are
life.
you kidding me?
I had one hangover my entire life.
Yeah. How
I
old are
can
you?
get-
How old are you?
Blackout drunk and not get a hangover.
How old are you?
57.
Yeah. All right. All right.
I can't believe
tell me
Dan's
when
going
you,
there.
you tell me when you get back around to 35 or something, and how good you bounce back from a hangover. How you don't get no fucking hangover.
I have
You
never
are a fucking
gotten.
never for you only goes one way.
There's only
Never-
there
I'll
are only
tell you
two
what.
Asians: the kind that are allergic to alcohol and the kind that never get hangovers.
Well, I mean,
Okay.
I
Interesting.
all right. Well, okay.
How does that work?
I don't. I mean, all right.
You just gotta eat every animal.
Yeah.
You,
Is
you
that
derive the
the-
powers from them.
All right. All right. So Canada's part of Asia now?
And
Why
definitely
not?
Vancouver.
Yeah.
We're all
Yep.
one. I don't see nations. I don't see.
We got to get you a map. That's a public American education fucking you up there, friend. Yeah, you don't see nations, but you know roughly where all the states are, don't you?
You
You know where Guam is?
Is it near?
I really don't think
Florida?
you do. You know, if we pulled out a map, I'm pretty sure you'd be like Russia.
Here's an idea. If you got little kids, buy them a map of the world with the nations listed on it. So and every time they're a kid learning to potty train, they're and then you're growing up, you're pooping, and you're like, oh shit, okay, that's where Ethiopia is. All right, okay, shit, there's and you just learn as you grow.
Edgy pooping.
Edgy pooping. Edgy poop
Oh my
yourself.
god, I am totally
So-
down with gamifying pooping sessions.
Yeah. For me, I don't know, because that'd be dangerous because you get kind of drawn in, reading the countries, and before you know it, then you got hemorrhoids.
Well,
Well, I learned a lot from Tic Tac poop, Sido poop. There's so many great things you can learn.
are these apps?
No,
These are-
no, you just paint on the wall.
I never
This is old
realized.
school. I'm 57 years old, man.
I'm sorry. You are sitting and pooping and painting on the wall.
Yes.
With
Sido poop.
Are you writing on the walls with?
I'm
are
not
you
reaching back
are
there.
You
No, don't
using
even suggest.
shit to write on the
no.
walls.
God.
Where is this? Armando, cut
Can
the
I
feed.
get
cut the
some
feed.
young
cut the
poops
feed.
in chat? We're going to be right
the
back
feed.
with a very serious interview with some of the core members of Devolver. Throw up some young poops, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
And remember, shit on the walls.
For fun.
Oh, hi there. We didn't see you come in. Welcome to Devolver on Devolver. I'm your host, Jayhem. Joining me today are John Bartcue and Harry Miller IV. Hi, guys. How's it going?
Not
well.
too bad.
Sweet.
A little
Chill.
tired.
Yeah? Excellent.
Yeah, we had a great party last night.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What was your favorite? What was the highlight of the party?
Pig.
The pig?
Yeah.
Yeah?
The pig was pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Will you tell us about the pig?
The pig was roasted. There's 3 of them, all medium size, skin on, heads to the side. We didn't eat the heads. John, did you eat the head?
I did not.
All right, good. Anyway, so it was quite tasty. Although there was a lot of other things too, but that was the highlight
All right.
for me.
All right. Highlight for you, sir?
Probably the cake. So many good cake options, all tasty, and
Yeah.
all full of moisturizers.
Yep.
Yeah.
A lot of people ended up wearing cake last night.
Yeah.
I didn't remember it till I saw Mike and walked past him and I looked at his boots. But my highlight of the night was the Mike Anna battle. Did you guys see that?
No.
I saw some running around.
You saw some running around. So I was standing over there by the ping pong tables and, you know, the caking had begun. People were hitting each other with cake. The caking
As they do.
As they do at parties. The cakening had begun, and people were getting got, and all of a sudden I see Anna walking towards the bathrooms, like and there's like fire in her footsteps as she's going there, like the asphalt is melting away, and I'm like, huh, okay, this is gonna be good. Who got Anna? Well, I know. I thought she was just mad. Then she comes out, and I see like the fire in her eyes,
Yeah,
and I
she
was
has
like,
that.
"Oh shit!" Yeah,
She does that.
Somebody's about to get got. So she
Yeah.
runs, and she just like takes some cake, and she just
Makes a
rubs
snowball out of it?
into her hands,
Well,
and she
so glad that wasn't me.
turns, and like the cake ignites. And she looks towards the bathroom, and Mike Wilson comes out, and she's walking towards him like this. And she raises her hands, and like she's gonna get his face. And he like gets him, and they struggle, and they're all up. And then she runs. You know, Mike runs away. You know how fast Mike is, and he's got
Yeah.
these nice boots, and he's
well, he's
running
got,
away.
also got the little wings on his socks.
Yeah, he was wearing his
I
flash
think those
socks.
help you
Flash socks.
faster.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. Yeah, they got the lightning bolts on him, so
Yeah.
he was like pew 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 pew, and Anna couldn't catch him, and Mike was like, he's running in boots, he can't make it, so he takes off his boots and he throws them on the ground, and then he runs and he takes off, and Anna goes after him, she can't catch him,
Right.
and then she just stops, and she slowly turns, and she walks over to his boots, and she takes them, she picks up his boots, and she takes them and she sets them by the cake, and she reaches for the cake, and Mike Wilson pops out, grabs his boot, and zips off. And she's like, oh! I don't know how it ended after that. I think Mike's dead.
Yeah, good times.
So, that was your favorite part?
That was my favorite part.
Now I think maybe it's my favorite part now too.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's a good story.
Thanks. What do you guys do at Devolver?
Why don't you
do
explain?
me?
Oh, you want me?
Oh.
Oh, that's a good angle.
Yeah, there you go.
I'll explain
There
what
you
you
go.
do.
All right.
Okay. So Harry is the CEO, and so what he does is he finds deals to sign, regardless of what is involved, as long as there's something that he can sign. That's
It's like a
what he
Pokemon
wants
game.
to do. Yeah.
You go around and go, oh,
Yeah.
there's a deal.
Yes.
And you find it and you wait for it. And then you have to hit it. So you
Gotta
it.
catch them all.
Yeah, because you can't catch all of them, right?
Oh, but you try.
But I do try.
You really
I do.
try.
I'm
What's,
avid.
Yeah. What's that? It's a new toaster that's running Android, and we put our games on that. Let's see what we can do there.
Well, John, you have the gift of knowing all about this technology part of our business, which, from learning from you, is actually quite a large part of our business. We didn't know even there was.
Apparently so.
Yeah. I mean, we were focused on the Crayola part.
Who knew video games and technologies had such synergies?
Yeah. So now we know that. Thank you for leading us. In
I
that
try.
area.
I try. Yeah.
What was it like coming back and looking at that and just being like, oh,
Yeah.
Oh, ignorance.
So the best part is like when anyone asks, like finds out that I'm like the technical guy now, and was like, so what do you actually do? And it's like hard to explain like what a technical person at Devolver does, because like Terry said, like for so long they haven't had anyone, and so that's part of the
At
fun.
least.
Yeah, like talking about the digital dead bodies hidden everywhere and stuff like that. And so it's fun.
okay.
It's good.
That was clean and
Yeah.
tidy.
Yeah.
Friendly even.
Yeah.
What, the interview?
No, well, the description.
Oh, the description of, yeah.
Could have gone way worse.
Good. It didn't get
Round
personal.
2.
Didn't get
Fight.
personal at all.
No.
Lovely. Well,
So I have to say that I think we are excited. I can speak for myself. I'm very excited. This is the last day. It's always fun,
yeah.
but it's also kind of a relief. Go, oh, just one
Yeah.
more day.
This has been a really good show this year.
It has.
Yeah.
It's felt really...
I think this is my favorite layout.
Me too.
It's just, it's all very clean,
Yeah.
tidy. Things go where they're supposed to go, and
Yeah.
people know where to go, and
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, it's really good. This thing is amazing.
yeah.
Yeah.
I asked for a tent, like a little this, and then I see this, and I'm like,
Yeah, it's pretty impressive.
yeah, this is amazing.
Yeah.
And the cloud cover today finally showed up.
So nice.
Don't have to be scorched.
So I
Yeah.
brought 4 kids with me. You know that.
Yeah.
right? So I was worried, like, what are they going to do?
Yeah.
And they were pretty helpful, helping.
Oh,
kids.
yeah.
But luckily, we have a ping pong table, and that's pretty much occupied their time.
Yeah, you've got some ping pong masters now.
Yeah. Which has helped.
Yeah.
And when we get to tear down later tonight,
They're
all those extra hands are going to
Yep.
come in handy.
Yep. So yeah, 4 kids. I was a little nervous, scared, even.
Yeah.
But it's worked out.
Good.
Happy.
Yeah. They seem to be having a good time, and they've been helping with everything.
Yeah. Tomorrow we all head back to our
That's gonna be
home
so
offices.
nice. Yeah. To the corporate Devolver office.
Is
Yeah.
mine's, yours is.
Yeah.
His is.
Yeah. I'm telling you, it does make sense for us to have separate corporate monoliths in Seattle since we're both there. We
Yeah.
should just merge.
We should merge our offices. Well,
That's gonna take months in legal.
Yeah?
Yeah.
sounds like a pretty good deal.
Yeah. Start construction now, so it's done by the time the paperwork gets through.
Yeah.
All right. Great. Boom.
Think ahead.
And that's how you do business.
That's the way.
All right. So we've just got 15 more minutes.
That's actually right about my nap time.
Is that
So
right?
That's
Is that
perfect.
right? Oh, great.
Is
great.
it rude to take a nap
Is it,
while
no,
there?
not at all. That's why
Oh.
we got all these pillows.
Yeah, that
Harry.
is quite
Just
nice,
hold
yeah.
it, and if you want to put your head down.
Kind of like this?
Yeah, absolutely. All
I'll
right.
wait.
Harry's asleep. So,
Oh, this is quite a scoop. Yes, the unpaid child labor.
yep.
Well, I think I pay them and allowing them to torture me.
Is that it?
Yeah, so they get paid really well.
Yeah? They torture you?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Oh my God, you've seen them.
I
They
mean,
torture you too. What are you talking about?
They torture me, but I see them, like, you go, and they go, and they just freeze, and they like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Not all the time.
Do you have any questions for Harry?
Do I have any questions for Harry?
Yeah.
Well, we can start friendly.
Yeah.
So the 4 kids, what's their favorite Devolver game? So-
Well, they just got to play Fall Guys this morning for the first time, and they've just been waiting to get onto it, and they were not. I mean, they live up to every expectation they had. So right now, I'd say that's the favorite. They have not played Carrion. They're a little young.
Mhm.
At least my daughter is, but they like almost all of our games. Yeah, and the fact that we have so many on Switch has just been fantastic for them, right? So, yeah, they live a good life.
Mm-hmm.
Live a good life.
That's good.
As do we all.
Yeah. What about your kiddo? What's his favorite Devolver game?
It's got to be Gungeon for sure.
Yeah?
On Switch as well. Yeah, I don't know. It's just something like every kid now, it's just like defaults to Switch.
Yeah.
And I can understand. Like, I love playing on the Switch too. But yeah, it's good.
I think my favorite part of the Switch is the power button. Like when you're like, oh shit, I gotta do something. Boop. Bye.
Yeah.
And then you just come back and you're right where you were. Like just being able to pause and save anywhere. I mean, just my favorite thing.
So when do we go live on this?
Yeah, no, that's a good rehearsal.
Are we ready to start?
Yeah, we'll get it going. I'll be a little more lively. I'm not gonna be like that. Sorry,
Yeah.
no, I wouldn't know what to
Just
do that
people
to
go
you.
to sleep.
So business related questions though. What do you have for what would you ask John? You have anything that makes you curious?
Well, can you make our games work on these platforms?
The toaster? No.
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 That's
but
what those 2 slots are for, right?
One- for the 2-player ones. For the 4-player ones, you gotta get double wide
yeah.
toaster.
We have one coming in.
Yeah.
No, I think it's something we're sort of both working on is that there's so many platforms out there,
Yeah.
and more coming on board, which is great for our developers, right? So not only, especially ones that released a few years ago, not only were they able to sell their games and continue to sell them, but now there's new platforms and new people are getting to see them, and but it also takes work, right?
Yeah, it's a trade-off. Like all the new streaming platforms, all the new hardware. It sounds great that you can now target new customers, but essentially that means you have new builds, right?
Yeah.
And so, say the Messenger has a new DLC coming out, and so we've got that on PC. That's now on the Game Pass from Microsoft. Got it on Switch, and so like when you make one small change, it's not just on one build. You now have to do multiple builds and
Was that
deploy
announced?
them. What's that?
Was that announced?
I believe it was.
I hope
Which
so.
one?
Yeah, the picnic.
All right, good.
Yeah. It's- I didn't say about the other DLC. Oops. But yeah, like this morning we were talking about how that deploy is going to go, and now that we have this Game Pass queue, we can't do the same thing on both, and so there's slight differences, and that extra added work, like, is worth it, considering we can now reach more customers and more people can play the games. But you always have to keep that in mind, that it's not just, we just put the same game everywhere and it just works in magic.
Yeah, it's hard. And also, you see online people going, well, bring it to this platform, that kind of stuff. And it's not easy because some of these teams are 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 people, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they have to stay in business, and they're selling their game, and then now they're working on a new game, and the idea of bringing it to a new platform, they have to switch focus. And some of the times they don't necessarily have all the skill sets to bring it to that platform.
Yeah.
So we need to bring in people to help them. And it's not an easy process. It's not as easy as what you think it would be.
It's a lot of engineering, right? To
Yeah.
move it over. You can't just slide a house. You have to like section it off.
That's right.
And you have to think of, like, a lot of these games now are older, right? And so, like, you have something that shipped 2 years ago on, like, an older version of Unity, and then now you have, like, a new platform like Stadia, and that only supports, like, a newer version of Unity. And so you got to do that upgrade, which in theory is just, like, clicking a button, but that shit never happens like that. And so you're always adding work, right?
Yeah.
And as Harry said, like, team moves on to something else. They want to be focused on something else. And part of the whole creative process for most devs is like, I want to ship this product, and then when they're done, they want to move on to something new because they have had like 2 or 3 years of development. And during that time, they haven't stopped coming up with new ideas. Right?
Yeah.
They got all these new great ideas, and they just want to go. Like, I was talking to the God of Roboto guys yesterday, and they just shipped, and they just did the bootleg thing.
Yeah.
And so they're tired, and they're like, we want to take time off, but like, I can't. Like after 2 days, just like, I got to do it. Like, I got that itch of this new idea, things I want to work on. And so when you have to support some older games, you always have to step back and put that itch aside and do something that's right for the game, the gamers, and the business.
Hey, would it
not
help if I brought that
something-
free child labor over there to help?
Yeah.
Would that help?
What are their skills?
Not many.
Okay,
but it's
we
free.
can
It's
train
free.
them. We
I
can
just work
train
them
them.
harder, longer.
That's always the solution for technology. Just
Yes.
harder and longer.
That's right.
Harry, what's important about Devolver's relationship as a publisher to their developers, to our developers, to the people we work with?
Right. So our real customer is the developer, right? And then their customer really is the end user, the player. So it is our job, as a service provider to do what we can to fill the needs of what they have. And those are varied. Sometimes it's very little, sometimes a whole lot.
Yeah.
So our job is to try and fill in the niches and the gaps to help them get to market, But, I think that we treat the developers, we do any of our partners, is that we want to have an open, honest relationship,
Yeah.
And we feel that, by doing that is the best way to have a long, fruitful relationship. Right?
Lovely.
Cool.
Yeah.
And
Guys.
you? What's your favorite part
Of what?
of doing what you do?
You guys, hanging out, being silly.
Yeah.
I really liked making the museum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually really cool.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's really nice. Really nice.
Very proud of it.
But you were telling me the other day that you don't like hanging out with the developers.
Huh? That I don't? Oh, they're trash. Oh, so much Euro trash. They're just these pretentious artists. And ever since Doinksoft, became the greatest, they released the bootleg, and they're rock stars. They're buying gorgeous coats wherever they go.
Yeah.
They're insufferable. They're always talking about their intent as artists. I don't know if you've heard them. Joseph refers to himself as a chocolatier now. He's a chocolatier of games, is
Wow.
what he says now. He's absolutely
That
gone.
might be a Eugene thing.
What?
Eugene, Oregon thing.
Yeah, probably. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Could be. There's a lot of chocolatiers there.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. I thought you were saying that they're just sudden loss of their humanity, because they were so isolated before. This just rock and roll
It all just
lifestyle.
went-
Just
Frankly, I didn't think about that.
More of a-
But
yeah.
maybe there's something to that.
Yeah. They've gone absolutely mad.
I didn't realize they have chocolate in Oregon.
D-
I was like,
What?
yes, I thought it was outlawed in Oregon.
What? There's
No chocolate in Oregon.
what? The chocolate?
If you say what one more
Yeah.
time.
It was part of the deal of no sales tax and no chocolate.
What? No.
And you can't pump your own gas.
I know you can't pump your own gas.
Well, technically you can now.
You can't?
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
yeah,
do
they
I have to
changed the
fight the
law.
guy first?
Well, it depends.
Trick him.
Look,
Oh, I
over
dropped
there.
a quarter.
I pump my own gas. That still kills me, man. Can't pump your own gas.
I do like the gas without the ethanol in it that you can get in Oregon.
Oh yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
know that's
Yeah,
even
you-
existed.
Yeah, they have it at the pump.
Oh, what's the benefits of that?
Well, it doesn't, the ethanol,
Dilutes
puts off a
it?
lot of water into the tank, right?
Yeah.
So one, it messes up your engine, especially if you have a lawnmower or something like that. It just destroys
Yeah.
it.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
It's much like video games.
Too much water? Yeah.
Yeah, it's not good, especially in the toaster.
Would you tell us the story of the Muihaha?
Weehaw?
Yeah.
I don't. There's really it's a story that really shouldn't be told.
No.
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 You know?
I don't know this story.
Do you know what I just mean what this about it.
You mean
What it
the
is.
whole concept or
The whole
vehicle?
concept of it, of
Or
the
vehi-
vehicle.
Oh, just vehicle.
Oh, okay.
Sure.
that's-
I mean,
that's
I
a
can't
small
imagine.
piece.
Yeah, that's just a small piece of the
Well,
concept.
think about it, right? It's global.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But keeping it to the vehicle, yeah, it was a project that I kind of live outside of Austin,
Uh-huh.
right? So I wanted something I could drive into town in the summertime with my dogs,
Uh-huh.
right? But it's so hot, that you don't want to leave dogs in a vehicle,
Right.
and I don't want my dogs to kill anyone, as
Right.
rabid as they are.
Right.
Right. Anyway, so it went from this and then morphed into this big safari caravan vehicle
Yeah.
with a full bar and a shower and a king-size tent on the roof.
Yeah.
And a bunch of other stuff.
You remember? Were you when we went to that place during the Devolver summit and he knocked over a tree?
I don't remember.
I
that.
wa- don't
you,
remember
no,
that.
you didn't even see it. There
No.
was this massive, like 400-year-old oak.
You mean the one that was like this big?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I can barely. It put a little dent.
You-
on
no,
it.
yeah, like
Yeah.
I thought it dented the thing, but it was just bark off the,
Yeah,
off the
Well,
bumper.
I wiped it off. It was fine.
Yeah, it was fine.
But anyway, that's all I'll say about that.
Okay. I didn't know there was more to it than the vehicle. I'm going to be assassinated. And that's all the time we have, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you,
Bye.
Harry. Thank you, John.
Thank you.
God bless.